Okay, we're gonna hop right in here. Hopefully my mic's not dying, but I got another microphone in case it does, but I don't want to lose too much time. We're gonna hop right in here with part two of how I've come to know manifestation and my journey with it for, I would say, more the past the past 3 years are really where I started to anchor down on it. But my spiritual journey has been going on for like 7 years. Like, it really went crazy when I was 19. Fun fact, if you don't know, that there was you if you guys haven't seen the Lisa Left Eye documentary, you should watch it. But a dream that she had, a vision that she had in her dreams, I actually had the same apocalyptic dream when my spiritual awakening happened, and like actually like took off. So that was really crazy to watch that documentary. And it was uncanny for me because I had the same exact dream she had, just replace her family members and characters for mine, and certain people in the dream telling me what her family members told her. So that was some like real synced up divine consciousness moment for me. But we're going to kick off part two, manifestation, pretty quick. We're going to talk about the one of the things I wrote in here in this lovely book that it will go out to, like, if I end up working with you personally or you want some tips, I'll show you exactly what I was doing to get these things. But we're going to talk about the black Honda Civic in this one, when I manifested a Honda Civic. Now, mind you, at the time of doing this, I was doing multiple. I was doing the money first to be able to afford it. And just as people tell you, you don't worry about the how in manifestation, that's exactly me. I had no job at the time. I was just pursuing my passion with YouTube. I didn't know how any of it would happen. It felt damn near delusional at first. But again, boom, here I am, living proof. And I can't even, it's funny because I can't even go backwards. I like want to try to psych myself out like that this isn't how reality operates. And you just can't, because once you recognize yourself, there's just basically no going backwards. And to those of you who know, if you know, you know, it's the self before the self, the egoic self. And once you recognize that self, I mean, I literally think you're unstoppable. You can do anything. I mean, I've seen people talk about healing their body and crazy stuff. And I don't even want to say it's crazy, because I understand at the end of the day, we're consciousness. So once you really start to understand that you're consciousness, you start to be able to really take control of your chaotic human psyche. So anyways, let's hop into here. No more time wasted. Again, if you're on Instagram, the full videos are going to be on YouTube, but I decided to make cuts of them so I can like give you a little spoiler and self promo my YouTube. Nah, but you should go check out the full video. So anyways, love you guys. Let's get into this. Thank you for tapping the frequency, and let's talk about the Honda Civic. So this was really cool. Funny enough, some people, wow, my book is falling apart and everything. Some people actually talk about how, you don't, when you're manifesting, you don't want to do it in a selfish way. And you want to do it like, basically in life, you want to be service to others. Funny enough, the Honda Civic was not originally for me. At the time, I was dating my previous partner, and her car was just junk. So me, I'm a very selfless person, and I like to do things for people. Sometimes, like, again, my pattern with this reality, and it's probably coming to learn, because even my current partner is like, man, you should have had some self-respect. But of course, I had to go through it. All these were canon events, but um there's just certain things I had to go through. And of course, still have love for that past person. I hope they're doing the best they can in their reality, and really understanding a lot of the things that I tried to show them and introduce to them while, we were going through our things. Because, you know, I was someone who really liked to share the methods of how you can manifest things. Anyways, I don't want to dwell on that too long, but it just is funny because when I was manifesting this Honda Civic, my black Honda Civic, it was for this person. They had a really bad car, and you know what? I said, I like to do things out of love. I want to test how powerful I really am, and I don't have any money to get this at the time. I want to see it work. So there's two things that happen. So this is also going to help you guys. If you're manifesting multiple things at once, it's possible, and it doesn't matter what it is, because everything is the same. That's the one thing that I have to get you guys to realize if you're watching this. All things you want to manifest are the same. I actually kind of want to be. So if you see me look down, I'm like checking the green light on this because I'm about to go in. So I did charge this, so hopefully it doesn't go off, but I'm going to be checking it just in case. But here's what I got to tell you. So in here, in the journal, basically, I'm not going to show too much right now because I know it by heart. But every single day I was writing that, man, I'm driving in my beautiful black Honda Civic. I love this thing. Like I set an alarm. Now I'm not saying you need to do this, but the one thing you do need to understand is your emotional attachment to certain things will make it take longer to come. So remember to have fun with this. It's a very simple formula. Remember to have fun with it and understand that everything is created as within, so without. It's all created within you first. So, me, I didn't even have my driver's license, which is funny because my past partner at the time actually made this comment. We don't need to go there, but it was just like, why don't I have it yet? I'm this age. And, you know, there were just certain things I should have seen very early on, but whatever the case is, I just didn't feel like I needed it. Everyone had their own journey, but I said, you know what? No more. I'm going to turn it around. So at the time, I'm literally like, I still want to get this partner a car, and there's just no way I can do it right now. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I said, I know that consciousness is my one true reality. I just, this simple, guys. It's not hard. I said, I'm done right here. I said, I'm done right now. I want to manifest this. I I know that the real reality is in my mind, and I cannot waver. And the reason I'm pausing to tell you guys this is because I'm looking back, like thinking back on it and feeling my emotions back then, and I can't. It's funny how simple it is. It's really you getting in your own way. It is you versus you. But basically, what I did, and I'm gonna tell y'all don't have to go as in as me. I set an alarm for every single hour of the day to remind myself that I'm whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. If you're familiar with where that comes from, shout out to you know who. So now that's ingrained in my mind because I hear it all the time. But I was saying that every hour on the dot. Every time my phone alarm would go off, boom, I would remind myself that I'm whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Then the next thing is, and remember, only your reality is the one true reality because you're the only one experiencing your own perception and reality. Um, and millions of things in the background have to move because another Bible verse that there's another content creator who uses it, but my ways are not of your ways, God's ways. That's the whole thing about the human mind, not understanding the mind of God. You don't understand your higher self. You won't be able to understand it. You'll probably be able to have an idea, but get out of the way. Don't question how you're supposed to do things, how it's supposed to come, when it's supposed to happen. Do not do that. Just focus on the end and the feeling of having it. And that's what I did. I focused that I'm whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I would use meditation, which I think was a very, very strong thing for me. And I also, on top of that, I tried to use the state akin to sleep where you go to sleep and you try to visualize before you fall asleep. And some nights it really did work. The nights I really tried to go ham with it, but it just felt too hard because you would fall asleep and you wouldn't know if you would do it right and you would question yourself if you do it right. And again, for me, the biggest thing of getting out of your way is leaving your ego no room to question whether you did something right or wrong. You want to give your ego like, oh damn, this works. Like you want to build up like little manifestations too, so you can convince your ego that this is actually happening, and that will help you in the future. So do things that come easy to you. They provide a challenge, of course, because it's going to be challenging. Everybody's mind is really chaotic in the beginning of this because you're having an awakening to who you are, and you've been programmed with BS for the last, I don't know how many years old you are. But understand, find something where you almost say, my partner does this. She found some techniques where she's like, oh, I actually could see myself doing this. I like this. She's seen what I was doing in my journal, and she was actually like, oh, you know what, I like this. And that also inspired me for these videos because she said when you do these, there's probably something you're going to recognize. And that's probably why I was stammering in the beginning of the video, because I'm actually realizing how easy it was back then and how much fun I had when I was doing it. I also got my mom involved with the Honda Civic thing where I would literally take her outside in the morning. I'd be like, you see that black Honda Civic sitting there? And we would laugh. She probably could have thought I was crazy. The thing is it doesn't matter because you're only experiencing your reality. It's not delusion. The things that are happening in your mind, well, I want to say it's not delusion, but maybe someone coming on this video questioning if it is, you got to try smaller manifestations for yourself and get out of the way of telling yourself that when things pop up, it might be a coincidence. No, it's not a coincidence, man. Look at quantum physics. You're aligning yourself to that reality. You are literally changing them. Subatomic particles. I don't know. But no, in all seriousness, I would take my mom out every day when I was doing it. I'm going to tell you guys how fast it came because this was how fast, knowing everything I know now, I guess that it took my subconscious mind to realize that reality was what I was truly experiencing. It took 2 months. Now, some people may hear that and be like, oh, that's too long, oh, that's this. But time doesn't exist. For me, it didn't feel like 2 months. And understand, I manifested $28,000 and the Honda Civic within 2 months from having zero, nothing, complete broke. Like, I'm so serious. So when I tell you guys this, imagine that there are some people who are down bad for years, and this is somebody who, me, I'm referring to somebody like me who figured it out over years of my awakening, but really hunkered down on wanting to manifest. And that's just to talk about the things outside of the connects that I got through my YouTube channel, which is hence why I'm doing this now. So yeah, man. That's what I did every day. I would pull my mom out literally in the morning when I seen her awake, just to stand out on the porch and point where I was envisioning in my meditations where the Honda Civic was gonna be. It's right there. It's right there. You see it? And I would laugh and joke. I would act as myself who had it. I'd be like, man, isn't she beautiful? And just randomly through the day when I got the thoughts where it would pop up and I'd be like, if any thought tried to pop up, which for me it didn't at the time because I threw myself full in and I went intense with it. But if any thought tried to pop up and go, oh, how am I going to do this? I don't have the money, this, and that. I just was like, what? You don't have the money? What? Yes, you do. We got the money right now. What are you talking about? The money's right there. And literally, my fucking mind was like, what? Like, this dude is not letting up. Exactly, because I realized I don't need anything outside of myself. I feel whole and complete now. Even when I'm making this video for you guys and I'm saying these things, I know I should be looking more into the camera. I heard that's good eye contact. I never really thought to do that, to look exactly into the camera, but because I'm looking at you. But yeah, man, I was like, dude, I got it right now. What are you talking about? It's here. And boom, in 2 months, literally, I had moments where I did actually get pretty shaky. It was towards when it was probably towards close to the middle to the end of the second month when I started getting shaky. When I was like, getting nervous because, again, uh, my heart goes out to her. Still, I love her. My partner at the time was a part of those external circumstances for me, like questioning me, when this money was going to hit my account and all this. And I was like, nah, just you wait. And I stayed in my internal world, didn't get frustrated with anyone, didn't get frustrated at myself. I just knew. I stayed in my knowing, as you hear everyone say. I stayed in the knowing that it was done, because the thing is through my Father, all things are possible. You and the Father are one and the same. I'm throwing just some, Bible stuff in there because I ended up reading the Bible recently and I laughed my ass off at how it is literally the blueprint for all of this stuff. Like, it literally was just saying it straight up. And there was a content creator that I had connected with at the time where he wasn't religious at all, but he read the Bible because he was led to read it. And he said, wow, it was really just telling you what to do. It was telling you the story of your own mind. Then I went back to read it and I was like, oh my gosh, all of the things that Christ went through, I went through. I went through the thing of the flipping the table and who is my brother and mother and sister. It's the awakening, man. When you wake up and you feel like everyone turns on you, you're the crazy black sheep. The story is you. You're the Christ. You're the Christ energy. So the kingdom of heaven is already yours. It's within you, but you haven't recognized it because you're still fighting with the external reality. Like, stop fighting with out there. That's also how I completely wiped a lot of my overthinking, was realizing that shit's not even real. What I'm getting mad at this? Like, what? I was before this world. What am I getting mad at, this little inconvenience in a temporary existence? But you genuinely have to feel that, like, because you're gonna be proven who you are. So I had things come and test me all the time of, is this who you really are? Do you really embody your Christ energy? And I was like, Yeah, like what? Come on, come on, bring all the challenges because I'm gonna beat them every time because they're gonna take care of themselves. I'm protected. I don't, and y'all have to understand this too because some people talk about ancestors and all this thing to play with it. All the ancestors and all of these things are in your DNA. It's you. So I would say, bro, I got dragons, angels, everything protecting me, demons and angels. That's literally what I would say. I got all forces of the universe on my side. Because why? You're Lord and Master of all of it in your mind. It's not about an ego thing. See, people get that stuck because I had like a couple people along my journey. It was like only one or two, funny enough. Some people who I let really close to me try to pull that narcissism card or that this is like cult like. And it's like, bro, we feel damn good on this side. We feel hella good. It is not about you. I'm not better than you. I am you. You could feel like this too, but what, you're over here busy hating yourself because you haven't found the kingdom of heaven. That's no disrespect to anyone, but it's within you. But when you talk like this, some people think it's like, oh, ego and this, and it's like, no, the ego is when you got to go outside of yourself for validation to be like, hey, I'm the cool guy in this. No, I realized I'm divinity. I don't need anything outside of myself. Like I feel love, I feel whole. Even my partner, we talked about how I manifested her. I would go to the park every day envisioning being with my wife. I said, my next partner is my wife because I'm not a person who even likes to hop around or I love long-term relationships and I want to find my wife. And through a lot of things in my past, I realized, oh, I was sacrificing myself. That's why I was not experiencing a giver. Like I was giving to someone who wasn't a giver back, who felt like naturally in their heart to give. And then I realized a giver's got to be with a giver. You gotta really understand the mechanics. So what did I have to do? I had to give to myself. Bro, I was walking home from this park, but we should talk about that in part three, because that's not in here. There's some stuff still in here, but we'll take it on to part three, or maybe you guys even get a part four. But y'all have to understand, you have to give it to yourself first within your heart. You have to give it to yourself first. Anyways, love y'all. I'm out.